Your pension might be the most expensive gift you ever received. 60% of workers had pensions in 1980. By 2022, only 15% still had one. If you have one, you're rare. Act like it. Most people with pensions still retire broke. The check comes in, the plan never did. A pension is income. It is not wealth. You can't leave a pension to your kids. When you die, the income stops. That's it, unless you elected the right survivor option. That decision is permanent. You can't undo it. Most people choose the highest monthly check. That choice could devastate your spouse. I'm going to show you the real math on that, but first, the decision most people never see coming. Lump sum or annuity. One answer changes everything. Take the lump sum, you take the risk. Take the annuity, you take the guarantee. Neither is wrong. Context determines everything. Your health, family history, other assets, all matter. Company going under? PBGC pays, but not everything. PBGC guarantees only a fraction, not the full amount. Think your company is too big to fail? Don't. 30 years of service, one bad election. Gone. The election you make today is permanent. Forever. So let's talk about what the numbers actually show. Survivor options? 50, 75, or 100%. 100% costs about 10 to 15% less. Small sacrifice now, massive protection later. Most people don't calculate what their spouse actually gets. Social Security adds another cliff you don't see. When one spouse dies, one Social Security check disappears. Two income streams become one. Expenses barely change. That's when the wrong election ruins a retirement. There's a way to stress test this before you commit. I'm going to run that stress test right now. Meet John and Jane. Same income, different choices. Together they bring in $100,000 a year. John picks the 50% survivor option. More monthly income now. That's the appeal. John dies first. Jane's income drops in half. She also loses one full Social Security check. Jane now manages on $50,000 a year. Alone. What if John had chosen 100% instead? $7,500 a year. That's the trade. Give up $7,500 per year now, gain $17,500 protection later. That's the math. With the 100% option, Jane keeps $67,500 a year after John dies. That $17,500 gap closes the difference between dignity and struggle. PIAA data shows the 100% survivor payout is 85 to 90% of the single life option. A 10 to 15% monthly haircut buys your spouse a financial lifeline. That is what I call silent resilience. Built into the election itself. Now, this is only part of the picture. The tax layer comes next. Most pension holders only have one retirement account. A traditional 401k, that single bucket creates a hidden tax bomb in retirement. Every dollar you withdraw is taxed as ordinary income on top of your pension. Your pension already fills the lower tax brackets before you touch savings. So when you withdraw $100K, you might actually need to pull $135K. That $35,000 gap disappears into taxes every single year. Subplot intro meet Marcus. He did almost everything right. Marcus saved diligently for 30 years. Pension plus a solid 401k. He never diversified his tax buckets. It all sat in traditional accounts. Tax diversification means holding traditional, Roth, and taxable accounts simultaneously. Each bucket gets taxed differently. That's the engine of flexibility. A pension plus traditional 401k stacks your income in the worst tax position. You think you're saving smart. Actually, you're maximizing your tax bill. The fix is simpler than you think. And it starts before you retire. Start shifting 10 to 30% of current contributions into a Roth 401k today. Even if it reduces your take-home pay slightly, the lifetime savings are enormous. Here's a rehook. We haven't even touched the timing gap problem yet. You retire at 60, pension starts at 62, Social Security at 67. That's a gap. 2 years without a pension. 7 years without full Social Security. Without a bridge account, you're forced to pull from traditional IRAs immediately. Large IRA withdrawals in low-income years trigger taxes you could have avoided. The bridge account uses Roth or taxable funds to fill those gap years tax efficiently. Gap years are actually the golden window for Roth conversions. Low income plus no Social Security, yet equals 0% or 12% tax rate on conversions. Convert now at 12%. Avoid paying 24% on the same money after RMDs kick in. RMDs are required withdrawals from traditional accounts starting around age 73. RMDs stack on top of pension and Social Security, pushing you into higher brackets. You didn't choose that bracket, the IRS chose it for you. Years ago, but here's what almost nobody accounts for. And it's the number that changes everything. $1.2 million. That's what an all-traditional retirement can cost in lifetime taxes. All Roth? That lifetime tax bill drops to $360,000. Same retirement, same income. That's $840,000 in unnecessary taxes. Paid to the government, not your family. With a mixed strategy, half traditional, half Roth, taxes total $759,582. The mixed strategy saves over $440,000 compared to the default most people use. These are real projections using actual financial planning software, not estimates. The government is your silent partner in every traditional account you hold. Their share grows larger the more successful your investments become. A Roth account freezes the government's share at zero. Forever. But Roth alone won't fix the gap years. You also need liquid assets. A taxable brokerage account gives you flexibility with no withdrawal restrictions. In gap years, long-term capital gains are taxed at 0% for many retirees. 0% tax on investment gains. That's a window most retirees walk past. Back to Marcus. He retired at 62. No bridge account, no Roth. Traditional only. To live comfortably, Marcus pulled $130K from his IRA before Social Security started. That triggered a 22% effective tax rate during years he could have paid almost nothing. Over 5 gap years, Marcus overpaid by roughly $52,000 in unnecessary taxes. $52,000. Gone. Because he never built the bridge. This is why I keep saying, pension planning is not retirement planning. It's different. Pension gives you a floor. But the ceiling is built by your own strategy. ETFs inside a Roth IRA compound tax-free for decades. That ceiling can go very high. Vanguard Total Market Index funds average roughly 10% annually over 30-year periods. $500 a month in a Roth IRA at 10% annual return becomes $110 million in 30 years. All of it tax-free on withdrawal. Your pension didn't do that. The pension is safety. The Roth is freedom. You need both. Most pension holders have the safety. Almost none have the freedom. The gap between safe and free is exactly where $840,000 gets lost to taxes. Now, what I haven't told you yet is the most counterintuitive part of all of this. The people who save the most inside traditional accounts end up in the worst tax position. The harder you worked, the more the IRS collects. Unless you change the account type, here's the full system. 4 steps. You can implement all of them starting this week. Step 1. Run the survivor benefit stress test before your retirement date. Model both scenarios. Ask, if my spouse outlives me, what do they live on? Run that number specifically. Most couples find the 100% option costs less than $700 a month. That's real insurance. $700 a month to protect decades of your partner's financial stability. Do the math. Step 2. Map your income gaps between retirement, pension start, and Social Security age. For every gap year, calculate your annual living expenses, then build a dedicated bridge fund. That bridge fund should live in a taxable brokerage account. Accessible, flexible, low friction. Index ETFs inside a taxable account generate qualified dividends taxed at just 15% for most. Don't touch Social Security early just because you feel income pressure during gap years. Claiming Social Security at 62 instead of 67 permanently reduces your benefit by up to 30%. That 30% reduction is permanent, compounding against you for every remaining year of life. For a woman with average longevity, early claiming costs over $90,000 in lifetime benefits. That's exactly why the bridge account exists, to protect your delayed claiming strategy. Step 3. Start a Roth conversion ladder now. Even small amounts create massive flexibility. Convert only to the top of your current bracket, no more. Precision matters here. In the gap years, before pension and Social Security, you'll likely be in the 10 to 12% bracket. That is the cheapest tax you'll pay in retirement. Fill that bracket with conversions. Each dollar converted at 12% is a dollar that will never be taxed again in your lifetime. After RMDs start, conversions become more expensive. Act before 73. Every year counts. Step 4. Consult a fiduciary, not just your pension administrator, before you elect. A pension administrator answers questions about the plan. A fiduciary optimizes your entire picture. The difference is, one gets paid regardless of your outcome. The other is legally bound to yours. Ask 3 questions. Are you a fiduciary? How are you compensated? Do you specialize in pensions? Wrong advice on a pension election can cost 6 figures with zero recourse. This isn't optional. Let me put all 4 steps together in one picture, because sequence matters here. First, model survivor scenarios before you elect. Second, map your income gaps precisely. Third, convert to Roth during gap years, staying inside the 12% bracket every time. Fourth, hire a fiduciary before your retirement date, not after. The sequence is non-negotiable. Now, the thing about this system is that it works on any pension size, any income level. A teacher with a $2,400 monthly pension uses the same framework as a federal employee with $5,000. The percentages are what matter, not the dollar amounts. That's the discipline. Before I close, back to Marcus. He found this framework at 61. 1 year before retirement, he still had time to shift 20% of contributions to Roth and open a taxable brokerage account. He modeled the 100% survivor option. His wife kept $67,500 a year instead of $50,000. He built a 3-year bridge fund, delayed Social Security to 67, avoided $52,000 in taxes. Marcus didn't do everything perfectly, but he did enough, and the difference was enormous. The people who lose the most in pension planning aren't the ones who made no plan at all. They're the ones who had an incomplete plan and thought they were done. A pension is the beginning of a retirement strategy, not the end. Never confuse the two. You think a pension means you've won. Actually, you've just unlocked a harder game. And the players who win level 2 are the ones who started this video. That's not an accident. Marcus is now retired. 3-bucket system running. Social Security delayed to 67. On track. His lifetime tax bill dropped from $1.10 million to roughly $620,000, a $480,000 difference. His wife is protected. His bridge funded his 0% capital gains harvest every year. The system worked. 1 year of focused planning changed everything. He didn't need decades. He needed clarity. That's what this entire video has been about. Clarity on a system most people never see. If you have a pension, congratulations. Now treat it like the starting line it actually is. The survivor decision, the bridge account, the Roth conversion window, the fiduciary check. 4 things. Miss one of them and you leave 5 to 6 figures of your own money on the table. Get all 4 right and your pension becomes exactly what it was designed to be, a foundation. And if this video helped you see your pension differently, share it with one person who has one. Your pension might be the most expensive gift you ever received, until you learn how to use it.